Hi guys, thanks for joining us, and today I got a really special guest and a great friend of mine, Ben Nash from Pivot Wealth. Thanks for joining us, Ben.
Hi guys.
And I've just got a few questions for Ben today, all about his business, because Ben started his business, how long ago was it now?
August of last year, so only 9 months ago, yeah.
9 months ago, so he's right in the thick of it. And so, first up, what is your business and why did you start it?
So business is Pivot Wealth. We're based out of Sydney, but we've got clients sort of all over the East Coast. We work with young professionals, mainly high income young professionals, and we help them confidently balance their lifestyle and money. So it's a real focus on not only the investment planning, but also all of the personal planning and everything that goes around that, things like property, cash flow, those sorts of things which younger people generally find more important than your traditional advice areas like superannuation or insurance or investments.
100%. Now the next question is, you've been in business for 9 months, you're right in the thick of things. So what are the 3 things that you've learned since being in business that you probably didn't know before you started?
Well, I think probably the biggest one is that if you actually build your service offering and everything around a particular group of clients, then generally they'll come. And that was something that I thought might have been the case before, but I was a little bit unsure of. So as I said, I wanted to work with young professionals, and we built all of the messaging, imagery, all of the collateral, everything around that. And it's been awesome because it's just been pretty much those clients. If you look at the statistics for our clients, you know, Google Analytics and all those sorts of things, it seems to be people identify with that message, and I think you really get that from having that really super clear laser focus on who you want to work with.
Yeah, cool. So it's like just making sure your niche is really important to your business.
Yeah, I think so. And people say this a lot, and a lot of people I think are scared of focusing on a particular niche, but these days there's so much noise out there for people that I think without having a super focused message, you just really just get lost in the crowd, and it's super difficult for anyone to really identify with that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, awesome. So what is number 2, the second thing that you've learned since being in business?
Yeah, look, I think really doing everything that you can to remove conflict or perceived conflict from your advice process. I think that people really identify with that. Even though, like, you know, in different areas in businesses that I'd previously worked in, there were some potential conflicts. It never changed the advice that I provided, but I could see when I was working with some clients that they did have those question marks sometimes. And I think that really the benefit of really good quality financial advice is that people get true and complete confidence in their money strategy. And I think that really to give that in the truest sense, you really need to remove any even perceived conflict from your process. So that's something that I've focused a lot on, and I think that all of the people that I work with really appreciate it and identify with that. And I think it really allows you to connect with clients where they're not second guessing what you're doing, and it allows you to just focus purely on the strategy for them and what's the best.
All right, cool, Ben. What is the 3rd most important lesson you've learned since starting your business 9 months ago?
Well, look, I think the last one, probably the most important one, learn everything you can from other people and do what you can to have a mentor or a business coach. I know I've always had a business coach, and I've found, you know, having that accountability and someone to guide you, learning from someone that's done it all before, is something that pays heaps of benefits. I think the mistake that some people make is trying to do everything themselves and thinking that they don't need extra help. Really, I think everyone can benefit from that, and you know, there's so many people out there that are more than happy to share what they've learned, you know, what their experience has been, and their tips. I know even in the financial advice industry, there's a lot of awesome advisors out there that are more than happy to, you know, give up their time. Phil here's kindly given me a day and a half, showing me a few things that I wanted to learn.
What a legend!
Yeah, very modest as well. But seriously, there's so many people out there like that, so I think, you know, try and leverage that and talk to people, get as many ideas as you can, and then don't blindly follow them, but think about what's actually going to work for you, your approach and your business. And the results, I've found that that's been my biggest learning, way more than you can get from any formal study or qualifications. I've got those as well, but most of what I've learned has been from other people that are doing it in their business and nailing it. So I think learn be a sponge and learn as much as you can, and you'll reap the benefits.
100%. I know for myself and my business, I pretty much will just pick up the phone, call people who I know are a lot better than me at certain aspects. And there's many out there, I can tell you, and I'll just ask them all the questions under the sun. So whatever business you're in or whatever industry, just ask as many questions as you can, and don't be afraid to look stupid sometimes. I know Ben definitely isn't afraid to look stupid, so
This guy.
thanks heaps for watching, and I hope you got some great value out of that. And thanks again to Ben for
That's
coming
right.
in
Guys, great to be
and
here.
giving us the gold. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next week. Number 2, what's the second thing you've learnt? What's the second thing? The second thing that you've learnt? Oh, come on, mate. We're dealing with an amateur here.
Yeah.
Just being inspired by people around you, like.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a
mate.
good one. Yeah, that's good.